Hello again, 3 days in a row. Holy crap. Here on Thursday, October 17th. Yeah, I'm even wearing my Captain Cheerleader shirt that I made for work, and I didn't get to wear because they decided we couldn't have fun that year. But that's one of the things I have to do is laundry today. And guess who didn't move shit yesterday in the kitchen? So I still have to do that because he's coming today to put that water line in. So, but not until a little bit later. He doesn't get here. I don't know what time, but it's later. So we have time to hopefully quickly, go through our little stack of movies here that we have, my horror movies. From what I can recall, here on the top, Inbred Redneck Alien Abduction. This one is I don't even remember where I got this one. It came with something else that I ordered, I feel. It might have been another. Oh, it's official St. Louis. It's another St. Louis. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it might have came from something with Wicked Pixel Cinema again. It might have been one of their that came with theirs or something. It's a ridiculous fucking movie. I remember that. There's this one scene where I'm pretty sure the whole fucking thing is like ad-libbed because it goes, I don't know. It was a crazy fucking movie. It was a crazy fucking ridiculous movie. I don't remember it necessarily being scary. I think it lands more on this because it's obviously very cheeky title. So I think it was a very cheeky movie. I think it landed more on the side of comedy than horror or suspense or anything like that. I think it was. I seem to remember it being a little bit too cartoonish to take seriously, but I guess it's a good romp, I suppose. There again, I don't really remember, so we're just gonna assume it was, I suppose. That's a good way to go. And here we have well, I have Mirrors 2. Unrated. I feel like I watched this movie. Well, it's open. I liked the first Mirrors movie, but I don't remember it. Was Jack Bauer in that? Was he in that horror movie? There's somebody in the first Mirrors movie. It's either him or Kevin Bacon or somebody. Somebody big, some big name is in. Isn't he like a security guard or something? Am I thinking of the right movie? I don't know. I don't have a tattoo. I just take notes on myself at work. So, we had a guy take an hour drive. I think it's at least an hour drive to pick up two of our demo laptops. Just because apparently we were the only ones that had them in stock. So he drove an hour to pick up two of them. It's just like, hey, there you go. They were just taking up room in our cage, so that worked. But back to horror movies. Stay on track. Focus. I'm pretty sure I watched this because I seem to remember liking the first Mirrors movie, even though I don't really recall it very well. So I'm sure I watched the second Mirrors movie. Is this the one? There was Nick Stahl. No. There's some, and that might be, there's some movie that the guy from, it's a sequel, it was like a direct-to-DVD sequel, that the guy from Battlestar Galactica, the reboot that was on Sci-Fi, Jamie Bamber or something, I want to say that's the one, and I'll probably come across it at some point over there. It's the one where they put like the red tape over their windows or something. It's been so long since I've seen a lot of these movies, unfortunately, so I can't really necessarily recall. But I remember liking the first Mirrors movie, so that's why I got Mirrors 2, and I don't really remember anything about it. So it didn't stick with me, so it must not have been as good as the first one, I'm going to guess. Once again, Bryan Loves You. It's a nice slipcover. It's a little slick. It's got some, some depth to it. George Wendt is in it. Tony Todd. I'm sure I loved this one. It says, I just happened to look at loves when I know I watched this one. Once again, unfortunately, I do not recall it, but it has a pretty slipcover, and that might have been the main reason why I bought it. Can't really tell you. Don't really remember. But Bryan Loves You. I have it. So, this is one, oh, and it's not even open. I feel like I watched this one, though. House of Nine? Is this the one that I'm thinking of? There was one movie that everybody talked about. It was like super creepy. It was filmed in like supposedly this. From my understanding of it, it was filmed in a haunted asylum or something, because I think the people who made the movie, I seem to remember them talking about. And it might not be House of Nine. It might be something else. I might be thinking of something else. Apparently, I only paid $3.99 for it, but yeah, I don't remember, and it's still in the wrapper. So I want to say that I watched this one if it's the movie I'm thinking of, but I liked it. 9 strangers, 1 house, only one will get out alive. So I don't know. I don't know if House of Nine was it or not, but. Anyway, it's kind of like The Seventh Guest, like that old CD-ROM computer game. You remember that? I guess it's kind of shades of, they just made a sequel to that game, actually. I think it's fan-made. But you can buy the sequel to that, Seventh Guest. Well, the second sequel, because there was already a sequel to Seventh Guest called The 11th Hour, and I don't remember it being as good as the first one. But I don't really remember watching. I don't remember really playing much of it either. I think my grandpa played more of that one. But anyway, here's one I always wanted to watch, and it's still in its Hastings package. I miss Hastings. I love them. R.I.P. Hastings. Vacancy. And as you can see, it has the fancy, slipcover, the shiny slipcover. I always wanted to watch this one because it looked like it would be good, but it's still in the package. So, I obviously have not. But it looked like it would be good, so. And it has a fancy slipcover. So if I like it, I have a fancy slipcover for it. Here's another one. Oh, this is. I'm so drawn in by these fancy fucking slipcovers. See, it's all like shiny and like bloody, and I love it. It's so nice. And it's shiny on the back too. Check it out. It's shiny on the back too. Red Hook. Haven't watched it. Don't know. College freshman Ginny trailer. Christina Brucato joins her dorm's Welcome Week scavenger hunt, but as she and her friends decipher the horrifying and cryptic clues, it becomes terrifyingly clear that the stakes in this game are life and death. So it sounds pretty paint by the numbers, but those can be entertaining all in their own selves. Oh, look at the eyes. The eyes are so cool. It's a pretty slipcover. I'm a sucker for a pretty slipcover. That's all I gotta say. I watched this, Slaughter Studios. I did watch this. This is another one of those that is very, it's B-movie on purpose. I do remember that, and I had my uncle watch this one too, and he agreed. It was very, and I think it was at a time, I should rewatch this one, because I don't think I could appreciate it for what it was, because I was looking for a horror movie, and this was like one of those, like, to me, B movies on purpose aren't as fun, because there's just, it like loses some kind of sincerity to me if you do it on purpose. Like Sharknado, it's ridiculous on purpose. So it's just like, I don't know. There's just some sincerity to those older bad movies. You know what I mean? But this one, Slaughter Studios, was made bad on purpose. And I wasn't really in the mood for that when I watched this, and I don't think I necessarily appreciated that type of movie as much when I watched this. So I should watch this again. I should give this one a second chance, just to, make sure. But yeah, I do remember, at least at the time, it wasn't really my thing. Lance Henriksen in the spider's web. Look at that spider. Look at that spider. This was actually, you see this Maneater series here? I was buying a lot of these movies. And this was one of them. That's all I really have to say about it. In the spider's web, I feel like I watched this one. It's open. Oh, it's got those tricky little wonky wonks on it. I watched this one. Did. I'm pretty sure. There's another one eventually we'll come across, Blood Monkey. I bought that one too, because I was buying the ones in the Maneater series. But, yeah, it's got a pretty slipcover. So, at least there's that. That's all I can really say. Flesh for the Beast. This was another B movie. Once again, I don't even know how I came across this. There's so many of these, I don't even know how I came across these. Because this is like not something that would be sold at Walmart or whatever. It's very... I feel like I know they made a TV series. Not really a TV series, but it was one of those that was like online series or something. Because I was watching them through Netflix, I think. And of course, they were more just kind of ridiculous, and I think the girl in it was supposed to be a prostitute, because that was the thing in this. I think the flesh for the beast is very fleshy. It's very, like sexy. It's kind of one of those like almost porn horror movies. I don't remember for sure. I think the TV series was a little bit more about that, and it was more B movie than this, I feel like. In no time, they are besieged by sexy demons, a madman with a secret past, and a horde of slaughtering zombies. So I know I watched this. There again, I want to say they made a second movie. I want to say they made a Flesh for the Beast 2 before, or somewhere along the line, before or after, during the TV series thing. So I just remember it being one of the more sexually charged horror movies. So if that's your thing, here's Flesh for the Beast. You should probably check that one out. And see, like this one, you know why I bought this one. Look at it. It's all sparkly. It's all shiny. And it sounded like it would be a good movie. Lost Colony, The Legend of Roanoke. It's open. So I feel like I had to have watched it at some point. This might be a very short video today. I might not be able to blab on for half an hour about a bunch of movies I don't really remember. But apparently it was on Sci-Fi at some point, so it's probably, I don't think it was one of their ridiculous like Sharknado movies or whatever. Excuse me. I can't really tell you much about it because I don't remember. I remember buying it. And here again, Devil in the Flesh. It's a Rose McGowan movie. It's open. I feel like I must have watched it because it's open. But I don't really remember. It looks kind of like she's kind of a psycho chick in this. Look on the back, she's all like psycho and shit. So I have a feeling it would be a very taut thriller, maybe, something like that. I don't know. Like one of those, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, or what's the other one I'm trying to think of? Single White Female? Is that the one where she gets a roommate and her roommate like starts like acting like her, dressing like her, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff? Like her roommate becomes obsessed with her because she's a crazy bitch, apparently. So I feel like this is a crazy bitch movie. I can't tell you if I watched it or not. Don't know, but it's open. So this one, again, I did watch this, Scarecrow. I know I watched this. I don't remember this. Much like everything else on this pile today. This is not a very good pile of movies because I can't really say much about them because I either didn't watch them or I can't remember them. But I'm pretty sure they made a Scarecrow 2, but I don't know if I saw the Scarecrow 2. But I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I watched Scarecrow 1 and I can't tell you shit about it anyway. So, but I know I watched this. I want to say I wasn't that into it very much. But I don't know. It could have been another. I don't really necessarily remember it being very comedic like Slaughter Studios. I remember Slaughter Studios trying to be comedic. I don't necessarily know if they did a good job of being comedic. I remember this one being a more, sort of a straight horror movie, but not done like necessarily bad on purpose. It was just bad. I seem to remember thinking this was supposed to be serious, but was a little bit maybe too cartoonish to be serious. I don't know. It's been a long time since. Apparently, it was in 2003. So, I don't know if that's when I bought it. Couldn't tell you. Don't know. But I don't remember liking this one terribly well, from what little I can remember of it. But anyway, that is today's. That was like half a pile of movies too. Oh, and I have 5 minutes taping time left, so I guess it's a good time to just shut the fuck up for today. So that was half a stack of movies. You can go through them a lot faster when you don't know what to say about them. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe this is a little bit shorter than the last few days. But there's other movies back there. We'll get to them. I'll have much more to say about them. But anyway, I've got laundry to do and shit to move. So I'll see you for when I see you.